Okay, well, why don't you join me for a couple minutes and learn a little calculus? So you're obviously watching this video right now and something interests you. Maybe it's this word calculus. It's such a mysterious word. Most people are generally intimidated of calculus. So like calculus, I've heard of that. It's that scary math, and they're like, oh no, calculus, it's very, very difficult. It's almost like some sort of torture or whatnot. Like I'm going to assign you, maybe you did something wrong and you were sentenced to 10 years hard time by taking 10 years of calculus. I don't know. I think sometimes people think of math in general as some sort of torture. But listen, we got to relax about this stuff. And calculus, it is an advanced math. I'm not going to try to say it isn't, but you can definitely understand the essence of it with some basic problems like the one I'm going to show you here. So I'm going to demonstrate a little calculus here. We're going to solve this problem. Now, what is the problem? So you can see this little yellow shape right here, this crazy shape, and it's defined by this function, okay, and it's kind of borders the y-axis and the x-axis, and we want to find the area of that nice little yellow shape. Now, you're like, oh, area, yeah, well, if I had a triangle, and I was trying to figure out the area of that thing, I could just go, oh, yeah, area equals 1/2 base times height. Yep. Well, if I had a circle, I could go area equals pi r squared. If I had a rectangle, I can go area is equal to the width times the length. You kind of get the idea if I had a trapezoid, etc. But guess what? We don't have a handy dandy formula for this crazy looking shape that we're dealing with right here. Okay. So the only way we can get the area for this guy is to use calculus. All right. So this is one of the key things that we do in calculus. It's called integration. We use this crazy looking mysterious symbol like that. So I'm going to actually show you this here, and it's going to take all of about a couple minutes to actually calculate the area of this thing. So if you're interested in seeing how calculus works, basic calculus, let's stick around, okay? So again, even if you only have a basic math level, don't feel like this is going to be beyond anything that you can't understand, okay? So I'm going to do my best to get you motivated about the subject of calculus. But first, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is John. I'm the founder of TabletClass Math. I'm also a middle and high school math teacher. And over several years, I've constructed what I like to believe is one of the best online math help programs there is. Of course, I'll let you be the judge of that. If you're interested, you can check out my math help program by following the link in the description of this video. But basically, I have 100 plus different math courses ranging from pre-algebra, algebra 1 geometry, algebra 2. I'm going to be launching pre-calculus here very shortly. And pre-calculus, very advanced mathematics, and this is all the stuff you need to have as a prerequisite in order to formally take calculus. Because calculus, it is a sophisticated math, right? But there's some stuff that we can understand that it's not overly complicated. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. But I also do a lot of work in the area of test preparation. So if you're studying for an exam like the GED, HiSET, TASC, SAT, ACT, GRE, GMAT, AccuPlacer, ALEX, CLEP exam, teacher certification exam, and many others, I can help you out prepare for the math section. Just go to my website, check out my full course catalog. If I do not have your exam, drop me a line and I'll help you out the best I can. I also do a lot of work with independent learners like homeschoolers. So if you homeschool, I have a great homeschool learning program. And then obviously I help those of you that are having a tough time in your current math courses. Now, if you're truly serious about learning mathematics, whether you're a student or you want to take a math course, then you got to be serious about this. You got to take great math notes. So I've been teaching mathematics for decades, and it's apparent to me those students who take great math notes almost always get great math grades, and the reverse is true. Those students were like me way back in the good old 1980s. That was almost too fun of a decade to grow in because I was completely distracted. I certainly wasn't taking math notes. Well, I was writing notes, but there were to my friends saying, "Hey, what are we doing this weekend?" Okay. So listen, I've made all the mistakes and then some. But the bottom line is this: there's no shortcuts in learning. You have to be highly focused every single day or you'll miss too much. Okay. Start taking great math notes and you're going to see everything improve. All right. Now, in the meantime, you still need something to study from. So I offer detailed comprehensive math notes that you could use. Those would include pre-algebra, algebra 1 geometry, algebra 2, and trigonometry. You can find the links to my notes in the description of this video. But let's get into calculus, all right? Such a cool math. By the way, if you're curious about ever taking it, so here we have elementary school, right? Good old elementary school. It was such a fun time. Then we have middle school. Then we have high school. So in high school, uh, you take what? Well, you take Algebra 1 for the most part. Now, schools are different, districts are different, but for the most part, these are the courses you need to take in order to take calculus. All right, this is what I'm doing here real quick. You got to take geometry. You have to take Algebra 2, and then you need to take a like a pre-calculus course. Okay, so this is basically advanced algebra 2 and trigonometry with some other stuff in it. So you got to have all these courses underneath your belt before you take calculus. For the most part, people take calculus in college, although you could take calculus as like a senior, like AP calculus in high school, which is the real deal calculus. Okay, so there are definitely, math teachers that are teaching calculus in high school, but that means you have to be, a math superstar way back in even middle school, right? So if you're curious about ever taking calculus, this is the course that you need to get yourself up to pre-calculus, right? When these are kind of the prerequisites to that course. And this course of my pre-calculus course will be ready in a matter of weeks, okay? All right, let's get to this calculus problem. And here it is. So we want to find the area of this crazy looking yellow shape. So in calculus, we use these things called functions. And this function, this y equals 2x squared minus 3x plus 2, is just defining this curve right here, right? This is the graph of it. Now, this actually continues on. Okay, in other words, the curve goes like so. We're only looking at a segment of it, all right? That's all we're doing. And the segment that we're looking at, this underneath this yellow, where all this yellow's at, is between 0 and 2. All right, so we're starting from 0 and we're stopping at 2. And so this is our yellow curve. This is the yellow region, okay? And it's bounded by this curve, all right, this function. So if I could graph this, right, don't worry about it if you don't know how to graph this. Just know that this y equals 2x squared minus 3x plus 2 is a description, a rule on how to graph this shape right here, this curve, okay? So in calculus, we look at the area underneath the curve, and again, we're going to go from underneath that curve down to the x-axis, and the y-axis is going to be kind of its boundaries, okay? So that's all we're going to be doing. That's the essence, a real basic essence of integration. Now, you can see here, I'm using this crazy symbol right here. This is called the elongated S. And what am I doing here? Well, I want to integrate, all right? That's what this symbol says. And I want to go from 0 to 2. So I'm going to start at 0. This bottom number is always your starting point. Okay, so and you're going to start from 0 and you're going to go all the way to 2. You're going to integrate, okay? But what does that mean? Well, effectively that means is you can kind of think of it as finding the area underneath this curve from 0 to 2. 0 to 2. I gotta slow down here because I'm messing up my pronunciation. So that's what this symbol is telling us. Hey, start from 0, go to 2, and give me the area underneath this curve. All right. But what curve? Like what is the curve here? What is the area? Well, it's this thing. Okay, so that's why I have to write this. Give me the area from 0 to 2 underneath the curve, and this is the curve. This is the description of it. Okay, this little dx, that's just part of the notation that we use. It's, of course, very important, but for our purposes here, it's just part of the notation that we need to use. Okay, so this is the setup. If we can figure this out, we will, in fact, figure out the area. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. We're going to find the area. That's what you kind of think of this symbol as. Hey, give me the area between 0 and 2 underneath this curve, and this is the curve. All right, so, I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? Or pretty straightforward. I mean, it's not too scary, hopefully, at this point. Now what we have to do is figure out how to evaluate this, all right? So, like, okay, well, I understand this notation. But what do I do with it? Well, we got to figure out how to evaluate this integral. So here's how this works. Let me go ahead and erase this. All right, so we follow in calculus, like anything, there's just a bunch of rules that we have to follow. So here's what we're going to do. To evaluate this, you see this little power 2, okay? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to always add 1 to the power. So what's 2 plus 1? Well, I think that's 3, right? 2 plus 1 is 3. So you can see I'm writing this 2x, 2 plus 1 is 3, okay? And then whatever my answer here was, it was 3. I'm going to divide by that power. So this 3 right there, I'm dividing by it. All right, do you understand that? Okay, well, if you do, let's do it again. So we have to do the same thing over here. So what is the power? Okay, I have 3x, that's 1. So what was the little rule that I did? Well, I have to add 1 to it. So 1 plus 1 is 2, okay? And then I'm going to divide by the power 2. That's what I'm doing here, okay? Now, this 2 number, in fact, this is 2x to the 0. So anything to the 0 power is 1. So 2, we're like, well, there's no x's here. Well, you can think of it as x to the 0 power because anything to the 0 power is 1. So 2 you can think of as 2 to the x to the 0 power, okay? Now, 0 plus 1 is, excuse me, I'm losing my voice there. 0 plus 1 is what? It's just 1. So that's 2x to the first, or just 2x. Okay, so that's what I'm writing like so. And then I'll divide by 1. All right, I'm not going to take that and divide by 1 because 2x divided by 1 is in fact just going to be 2x. So that's how we get this. Okay. So we evaluated the integral and we were able to get it down to this expression. And if you're with me so far, like, okay, I understand. Well, if you understand, very, very good. And now this 0 and 2, this is kind of our little notation is to say, okay, we still need to evaluate from 0 all the way till 2. Okay, remember that's underneath our curve. This part of the integral is 0 to 2. We're going to write that little 0 to 2 just like this. We're going to use this little notation. Now, what does this mean? Well, what we're going to do is the following. Of course, I already did it right here. We're going to take this expression right here, and we're going to figure out what we're going to calculate some numbers. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to plug into everywhere there's an x, I'm going to plug it in 2. Okay. All right. And I'm going to do that right here. I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to subtract the same thing, but this time I'm going to plug in 0. Okay. So I'm going to do this twice. I'm going to figure this thing out when it's 2, and I'm going to figure this thing out when it's 0. All right, so you can see this is the setup. All right, I'm plugging in 2 for the this top number, okay, first, the highest number. I'm going to plug it in, and then I'm going to subtract it away from that lowest number, 0. Okay, and we're almost done here. So let's look at this. 2 times 2 to the cube power 2, that's 2 times 2 times 2, that's 8 times 2, that's 16 thirds. This will be 4. Okay, 2 squared is 4 times 3. That is 12 divided by 2 is 6. And 2 times 2 is 4. And then here I have all these zeros. That's going to make this whole entire thing 0 because I'm going to end up with zeros in each one of these little terms. So that's at 0. So all we have to do is figure this out right here, and we will have solved the problem. Okay, so 16 thirds, 6 is the same thing as 18 thirds, 4 is the same thing as 12 thirds. I know that all of you are excellent in your fractions. By the way, if you're struggling with fractions, I have tons of videos in my pre-algebra playlist that can really show you the secret to being excellent at fractions. All right, so would you all this little addition and subtraction of fractions, you get 10 third. All right, 10 thirds. And what does that mean? Well, that is in fact the area. We are done. Okay, we have calculated the area of this little crazy yellow section right here, bounded by this function. From 0 to 2, the area is 10 thirds, and that's it. That is a demonstration of integration in calculus. And calculus, for the most part, basic first semester calculus course or first year calculus course is broken up. One half you're kind of studying this thing called derivatives, and then the other half you're studying this thing that we just did here called integration. Okay, and integration, one of its main primary applications is finding the area underneath the curve, and we just did this. Okay, now hopefully this was relatively understandable to most of you out there. Maybe a lot of you were saying, like, I completely understood. This was awesome. If that's the case, that's excellent. Then I did my job. Okay, but maybe you're a little bit shaky on the math, or maybe I went a little bit too fast on, maybe you're like, I don't really quite understand these functions. Listen, none of this is beyond what you can do. Okay, I'm telling you right now, if you want to take calculus, you can definitely take it and learn it. I don't care if you failed out of elementary school, all right? You can do far more than you think you can do. Now, do you need to have, a good prerequisite, good foundational knowledge and stuff to actually take calculus? Yes, you do. Now, if some of you are actually in calculus and having a tough time, it's likely because your foundation wasn't strong enough. Okay, you didn't have maybe you did mediocre in high school level mathematics. You can correct that, okay? But if you're having a tough time in calculus, it's one of three things. One, I would say that your foundation was not strong enough, which means you're going to have to go back and strengthen your foundation. Okay, that's number one. Number two, um, you're not working hard enough. Maybe you're taking notes. You're like, I'm doing my best. Listen, I'm talking about you're going to have to go above and beyond. You're going to see your teacher. You're going to have to do anything and everything to help yourself because it's a difficult course, right? So that's the second thing I would say is that you're not working hard enough. Okay. And the third thing is I think that, you possibly could have uh, been placed into the wrong course, right? So if you did take pre-calculus, then you should be ready for calculus. Now, if you haven't taken pre-calculus and maybe took something and your college says, oh, no, you can place into calculus, well, you might want to, discuss that with your university or college, or wherever your teacher, and be like, hey, do you really think I'm ready for calculus? You may not, in fact, you might need to take another course before you're in fact ready for it. But listen, the bottom line is a ton of people, millions of people have taken calculus successfully, and trust me, you can successfully learn this, but it is work and effort. But hopefully, this little video taught you a little bit about calculus, and maybe it's just enough to say, I'm kind of interested. I want to know more about it. And if that's the case, then, definitely start exploring your options about taking calculus. All right, so if you like this little video, please consider smashing the like button. That definitely helps me out. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, please consider subscribing. I've been on YouTube for 10 plus years, have over 1,000 plus videos. It is my goal, my passion to try to teach math in a clear and understandable way and try to motivate you to do better. All right, there's so many people that struggle in math. Math gets this bad rap. People are like, "Oh, I hate math. I'm terrible at math." And unfortunately, too many people are failing in mathematics. Okay, but you got to take personal responsibility as well. All right, it's not like, "Oh, I got a terrible math teacher." I hear that, for decades. And listen, I'm not saying maybe your teacher is not the best teacher, right? There is bad math teachers out there. I get it. No, but here's the thing: you also got to make sure you're doing your part, right? You're actually working hard, making the most out of whatever teacher you currently have, and then going on offense, taking the initiative to find extra help. So if I can help you out, please take advantage of my videos. Again, my best math help will be within my math help program. But with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.